Majesty. He's coming, he's coming. Quick.
What is your name?
My name is Louis. Louis Capet.
Who was your father?
The King of France.
No! You should have learned this by now. Who was your father?
The enemy of...
The enemy of France.
The enemy of France.
A tyrant? A monster?
A tyrant. A monster.
And who was your mother?
A foreign whore.
That's right, my boy, you're getting it. To the guillotine, to the guillotine. Send them both to the guillotine.
Send them both to the guillotine. First the king, then the queen. Send them both.
Quickly.
So have you quizzed the damn thing, Percy?
I have, Your Royal Highness.
Tolerable likeness of him?
He has you to the very life, sir.
Oh, Lord. Has he? Taken a confounded long time about it. Damn me if he hasn't. Yes. Given me a deuced crick in the neck today, Lawrence.
You are a martyr to art, Highness.
Hmm? Yes, I am. Indeed I am. 2 hours, Percy. 2 hours! And but one short respite to piddle.
Such fortitude is truly remarkable.
It is. Well, get on with it!
He may be heir to the throne, but he was often very headstrong and willful as a child. Queen spoiled him dreadfully, you see.
How long were you his physician, Baron Valdemar?
Until quite recently, when my visits to the orphanage were suddenly stopped.
Poor little boy.
Do you think he knows that his mother and the king are dead?
Who can say? But I fear for his life. The orphanage is a dreadful place, and the young king is very delicate. When I return to France,
Why on earth return to France, my dear Baron? The place is full of Frenchies. Lord knows we've a tiresome enough collection of them here.
What's wrong? Everything. Everything.
Well played. Well played.
Percy,
Your servant, madam.
I think not.
You think not? Why, there's a provocative reply.
I intend it to be.
Well now, my dear Rib, what is the cause of this distemper?
The cause, Percy. You are the cause!
There's no need to bellow, madam. This ain't one of your French farmyards.
I'd find more manners there.
None but your devilish cross. And how am I the cause, pray?
I think you know that well enough.
Do I indeed? Then I'd be obliged to you for a little more decorum.
When do I ever see you? And if you do come home to that drafty museum you forced me to live in, when do we ever talk?
For God's sakes,
You
Margot.
forget I know very well what keeps you from me.
You're making an inexcusable exhibition of yourself.
Why shouldn't I? You do it all the time. Sir, I haven't finished.
But I have, madam.
Sir Percival Blakeney, the Carlton House court jester. But I know what you really think of these sycophants.
Be silent, you damn French hoyden!
For a while, I thought you loved me. I was mistaken. You continue to shut me out of your life. You always will. I'm leaving you, Percy. You can pretend whatever you wish. I can pretend no longer.
Percy. Such a vulgar commission, my dear Andrew. I'm quite put out. Your Royal Highness?
Damn French filly. The jade's out of hand, Blakeney. Once reining in a bit, by God, once showing the whip. Hey, gentlemen.
How is the portrait?
Citizen, I must report to you a most curious event which may be of importance to our republic. Lady Blakeney, the former actress Marguerite Saint-Just, has quarreled openly with her husband and is even now returning to her native France.
Saint-Just. I will escort you to Paris.
That won't be necessary.
I'm afraid it will. I have been sent to fetch you.
On whose orders?
The Committee of Public Safety.
Does it think that I'm a threat to the Republic?
We can discuss that later.
And if I choose to go by public coach?
Then I shall arrest you. Don't be foolish, Marguerite. What is the English expression? Never look a fine horse in the mouth.
A gift horse, Citizen Chauvelin.
Your English is better than mine. Then you've had more practice. How was your crossing?
Channel was rough, and I'm a bad sailor.
It is an inhospitable stretch of water. I see you still wear your wedding ring. A small but perhaps significant detail.
How's Paris?
Edgy. Sanson wants more money.
Sanson?
Public executioner. He claims he's overworked. Perhaps he is. Why have you left Blakeney? Too personal a question. English newspapers. Wednesday's Observer.
Thank you. No.
Morning Post. No? None of them treats you very well. Hardly surprising, really. You've nothing that commends you to their readers. You're a commoner, a Republican, and an actress. But worst of all, you're French. Lady Blakeney wasn't really such a very good part, after all, was it? Marguerite. Le palais de justice.
Percy, my beloved dear friend, I could weep for joy to see you again.
Your flamboyance is touching, my dear Arturo. But always remember the difference between the Latin and the Anglo-Saxon.
And what is that difference, my noble heart?
Well, now, the Latin believes civilization is wine and women. The Anglo-Saxon knows it to be soap. Has Lady Blakeney arrived?
Safe in the arms of the enemy.
So the last piece is in place.
And such a pretty piece, my lord.
It seems your suspicions are justified, Sir Percy. The Dauphin has been taken from the orphanage.
Abducted?
We don't know, my lord, but those close to him have been replaced. There was one man, Calame, we might have bribed. We're still looking for him. Juvin, who had direct charge of the young king, is dead.
And his wife has vanished.
How did Juvin die?
A tavern brawl, it's been said.
It's mighty convenient. Then we must find his wife and this fellow Calame before they do.
We've already narrowed the search to the Montagne section.
Do you think he was murdered?
It could be that the Dauphin is dead and they're silencing everyone who is close to him.
Why would they do that?
To maintain the pretense that he's still alive.
For what reason?
The Dauphin is the pivot on which the entire political situation turns. It's even been rumored Robespierre contemplated putting him on the throne.
My friends, let us assume the young king is alive.
Enough of this, gentlemen. We're here to save a child. He's vanished, and we must find him.